All right. Hello, everyone. This is David Pezzat, and we're here at the Best Advice, and I have a special guest today. Um, as you know, this is a show that I put together about a couple of weeks ago, and this is to promote the wedding industry and also to promote and give knowledge to our brides that are looking for advice when planning their wedding day. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Lesley. She comes from a place back in the valley. It's McAllen, the McAllen area. I'm really excited to have her because she just opened up a new business, which I'll let her explain as well. So, brides, I think you really are going to enjoy this episode because this is a very bright woman. I've had the opportunity to meet her a few times, and she's very successful, and she's doing very, very well in the wedding industry. Lesley, do you want to introduce yourself?
Of course. Thank you for that very flattering introduction. So again, my name is Lesley Chavez. I am the owner of Ambiance Flowers and Rentals and Dream Weddings. So those of you that know either one of those brands, but don't know the other, be sure to check us out. These two businesses do exactly the same thing in terms of what we do. We dedicate ourselves to the rentals, so chairs, linens, backdrops, drapings, chandeliers, all that good stuff. But each business has a very distinctive personality. So in branding, we know that we can't be everything to all people. So we have two separate brands. Ambience, I see it as a younger, contemporary, clean, fresh look. And then Dream Weddings is your lush, rich, more theatrical and elaborate personality. But either one of those two businesses will mesmerize you. When you go to one business, you get everything that the family has. So again, we dedicate ourselves to, renting chairs, tables, linens, chandeliers, draping, dance floors, backdrops, you name it.
Very good, very good. I just switched over to the other screen really quick, Lesley. This is something that I wanted to post earlier, but that's the Best Advice ad that I usually put up. And this is, and I'm sorry about that. This is where brides meet the wedding professionals like yourself. And Lesley is going to be giving us some advice today, guys. So when she talked about her new business that she just opened, which is called Dream Weddings, where she's sitting in right now, as you can see behind her, she must have at least thousands of drapings and different chairs, different ideas and centerpieces, you name it. And with her business in floral also, she can put something amazing, something beautiful, elaborate. Just, she mentioned also, she has two identities, but she brings them together to build something awesome. So let me show you. I like to show my brides here. I like to show you guys the website. Let me just jump onto I'm sorry, not the website, your Instagram, correct?
Correct.
Jump in here to, there it is, right there. So this is the type of work that Lesley does. This is amazing, a beautiful decor and floral. I'm just gonna. And there it is. Can you see the screen right there, Lesley?
I can see it, yes.
Okay, very good. Awesome.
Yeah. So everything that you see in these pictures was, we own, we rent, we've made. You're displaying Ambiance's Instagram page, and if you also visit, if you flip over and then visit Dream Weddings' Instagram page, you'll notice that the personality is different. But everything that belongs to Ambience, Dream Weddings has access to, and vice versa. Everything that Dream Weddings has, Ambience has access to. And touching on something you mentioned right now, it's impossible to give you a number, but we were trying to estimate how many different linens we have, and we think we're in the thousands. So the variety that brides have access to, it's just astounding. Like I myself get mesmerized when I look at the variety that we have. I was looking for a a uh, a linen, a salmon linen, and we have like 12 shades of that linen. So that applies to chairs. We have 24 different chairs. We have over 14 different tables that you can choose from. We have over 50 charger blades. And so I guess when we try to describe what our brands are known for and what we compete with is variety, it's quality. It's the fact that brides don't have to be shopping around for the best linen in one place and the best charger place in a different place and the best centerpiece in a different place. We are confident that in the Rio Grande Valley, at least, we are the vendor with the most variety, the best quality, the trendiest items. Plus the fact that we have certified event designers in-house. That is something that we offer complimentary to our brides, event design. So I think that makes us unique.
Yeah. Going through all your photographs, all your images you have on Instagram and on Facebook also, Lesley, I noticed that your style is very chic, very, very luxurious, very high end, all the stuff that you carry. Can you tell me a little bit more about your services as far as how you like to decorate?
Yes, of course. So when I got married, I don't want to say how long ago, but you basically had two styles to choose from. Your linen with the Tiffany chair or the Chavari chair, or your linen with the chair with the chair cover. So if you could afford a Tiffany chair, that was the only choice. And if you didn't, you would have the conference chair with the chair cover. And trends have shifted. Now, the chair cover is not as trendy. There's chairs that make the entire look come together. If you're displaying, I believe, a picture that shows a metal chair, a chrome chair in gold. So you can have the simplest of linens, and now the chair becomes a beautiful accent piece. So that is what we are trying to bring our brides. We want to bring options. We want to bring trends. The Rio Grande Valley is, I say this very, very honestly. Like I visited I was part of an expo, a wedding expo last week, and by far, our booth was the most beautiful. Everybody stopped and they were in awe of how beautiful it was, and it made me realize that the Rio Grande Valley is way ahead of some other cities in terms of wedding decor.
Why is that? Where do you think that's happening?
I think, I'm just going to give you an example. Somebody said, how much do you have the crossback chair? And of course we do. They said, how much do you rent it for? We gave her the price, which is $5, and over there it rents for $14. So everything is just so expensive that people can't afford it. In the Rio Grande Valley, we've managed to keep our costs down, the living expenses, overhead expenses just more manageable, and we're able to translate those savings onto our customers. And so I think it's a combination of the demands that we have. We have clientele with very exquisite taste and high demands that we're able to meet, and our costs. Not a lot of people can afford to pay $14 per chair, and those that can will come to us.
Right. Very good.
And one point that I want to make is that we've had weddings with budgets in the 50,000s, But we understand that not every wedding and not every bride can afford those weddings, but every bride wants that look. Every bride wants amazing pictures. And if you're planning a wedding, you can afford us. Uh, we don't need a budget of 50,000 to offer a really beautiful wedding. We pride ourselves in the fact that we advise brides on how to best utilize their budget so that they can achieve a very luxurious, very elegant look without having to break their bank. So, one advice that I give our brides is identify high visual impact areas in your wedding and make those areas really shine. So focus on the entrance, the dance floor, the bridal party area, and the sweetheart table. If you use your money wisely on those four areas, you can really achieve a very expensive look without having to offer that expensive seating, for instance, for your 400 guests.
Right.
You can do that for 24 guests and have an amazing, luxurious imperial table for your bridal party. And the pictures will be amazing. You'll achieve that look that is expensive and amazing without having to carry that look throughout the entire wedding. So, that's some advice that I would give our brides.
Very good. So you don't have to break the bank.
Exactly.
Very nice talking with you guys. Very good. Well, I like that. Awesome. Now, let me ask you something. Do you guys travel also, Lesley? Are you guys willing to go? How far can you guys go?
We've done weddings in Houston. We've done weddings in San Antonio. We've done events in Corpus Christi, the island, Laredo. So we do weddings in Texas. I can summarize it that way.
Very good. And where can our brides find you? Where are you located?
So we have two showrooms, one in Edinburgh, one in our Ambiance showroom is on Pecan. Our Dream Wedding showroom is in Edinburgh. And I'm not going to give you the addresses. I'm not going to give you the phones. I'm just going to direct our brides to our Instagram pages or Facebook pages. So for Instagram, if you find Dream Weddings RGV, you'll find a way to contact us through there. Through Facebook, you can find us by looking at Dream Weddings by All Party Rentals. If you are looking for Ambience on Instagram, you can find us as ambience.flowers rentals. And on Facebook, you can find us as Ambience Flowers and Rentals.
I see. Very good. But you are located in Edinburgh, and
yes.
They can find you in Edinburgh or in Cali. And
so this showroom that you see right here with over 1,000 linens, this is the Edinburgh showroom. This is Dream Weddings showroom. Our Ambience showroom is on Pecan, it's easy access on Pecan Street. But I want to emphasize that everything that you see in this showroom is available to brides that go to the Ambience showroom and vice versa. So every new arrival that Ambience has brought in, our Dream Weddings bride have access to.
Very good. Now, let me ask you a question. I take it that you work with everyone. You work with all the wedding planners. You open the doors to everyone. How far in advance can our brides book you when they're getting ready to put their wedding together? How far in advance would you suggest, or would you say it's the most ideal time to book you for your services?
Brides do it as early as 2 years ahead, and I think that would be the limit that we recommend. We don't advise brides to book us 3 years before their wedding, because trends change, preferences change, and it's just a waste of time for everyone. So what we advised is that the best scenario is a year ahead, but we've had weddings scheduled weeks ahead. There's some surprise weddings every now and then. So we're flexible. If you have a wedding or an event coming up within weeks, just stop by our showrooms, make an appointment. We suggest to always make an appointment because you don't know if you're walking in and we're busy with another customer. We do accept walk-ins, but it's just not
It's
ideal.
better to make an appointment.
Yeah.
You can give them full attention.
Yeah.
Very good. Tell me about Ambience. How long have you been doing it, and what got you into doing floral decor?
Okay, so Ambience opened 2.5 years ago. Ambience hasn't been around for too long. So we are in the wedding industry, in Decor rentals, we're the baby. But if you see our work, if you visit our competitions, Instagram pages, Facebook pages, you'll see that we've come to revolutionize the industry in some senses. Everything that we've bought is really trendy. Everything that we have, I mean, why flood the market with more Chavati chairs, right? Everybody has those. So we've bought very innovative pieces, marble tables, acrylic tables, very, very unique pieces that you see in weddings done by very renowned designers. We have them in the Rio Grande Valley. So yes, we're the baby industry, but we've worked extra hard to catch up with our competition, and I think in some regards we've surpassed them. I don't want to be arrogant and say that we're the best in every regard, but in some regards, our taste, our design, our selection, we are up there without being arrogant.
I agree. You don't have to say any more. I've been following you guys from the time that you guys started. You guys know that I've been in it for a long time, and when you guys started, till the time that you're here now, present, you guys are just on a roll. You guys are on the highway. You guys are doing great. And I love all your stuff. It's like you mentioned, it's very modern, it's beautiful, it's chic. And I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. You guys, like you mentioned, you guys have only been around for about 2.5 years, but I've seen you guys here and there, and your stuff. I mean, you guys are just growing rapidly, and that's really good. Congratulations on that.
So I have my notes here, and there's a few things that I was like, don't forget to mention this.
Sure.
And one thing that I want to emphasize is the fact that when we do weddings or other events, we treat it as a unique and not a camp event. So Instagram, I mean, we live in the era of Instagram, right? And everybody wants beautiful pictures, and they spend a lot of money on very good photographers like yourself. And so we just help to create something unique. So if our customers trust us to, design something unique, we will deliver. Mm-hmm. We just ask that you stop by our showroom, that you allow us the chance to do a proposal, and then you'll see that you're dealing with a very strong partner for your wedding.
Very good. I like that. That brings me to my next question, Lesley. What advice can you give our brides when they're looking for your type of business? There's something you can throw in there to help our brides when they're deciding on linens or floral, for their wedding day. Can you share some of your advice, please?
Of course. So it always helps the consultation when brides are prepared with at least one image that kind of captures their personality and their preference, and then we'll take it from there. Many brides don't have a budget, for instance. They don't know how much they can afford to spend. Right. And so that one picture can help us create a concept. I mean, as you can see, the options are endless. So we do a proposal. We like I said, we will help you identify where are we going to spend your small or large budget, and then we start making adjustments until we help you identify what you feel comfortable spending. So you don't need to do a lot of homework. One picture does help, but come prepared with at least being able to articulate your personality, your taste, your preferences, and then let us, the experts, take it from there. But in terms of advice, I think what I mentioned a while ago is focus on some high impact visual areas. That way you don't have to overspend if you can't afford it.
Right. How big is your warehouse, by the way? It looks pretty big.
Oh my gosh. So this is not even the warehouse. The warehouse is huge. We have a number of warehouses we want to consolidate.
Well,
but,
your showroom looks amazing. It looks really big. I can imagine the warehouse.
Yes, it's really something. It's really something. I don't know the square footage, but it is quite impressive because we have if you see one linen of each year, you can just imagine where we have them stored.
Right.
It's
Let me ask you a question. So what's the biggest wedding, or I don't know how to put it. Let's see, help me out here. What's the biggest wedding you can accommodate the guest list? How many guests, or how big of a wedding can you accommodate with your linens? Or is there a limit to it? Or, just looking at all the linens you have there, all the chairs, tables, can you accommodate a 500, 600, 1,000 wedding?
So right now it's very convenient for the wedding industry because the trend right now is to not just have one linen and one chair. That is very, right now it's just not in. Right now, if you follow the greatest designers, they'll combine at least one linen and then a marble table and different chairs, and so that expands our capacity tremendously. If you can have different types of linens and different types of chairs, which is the trend right now, we could accommodate a wedding of 2,000 if we needed to. But I guess the largest weddings nowadays are in the 600s. Quinceañeras are really something. Those tend to be larger than your weddings.
That's
but
interesting.
the capacity were really limitless to the space.
So you're saying quinceañeras are actually spending more time or more money than a wedding? Is that what you're seeing down in the Rio Grande Valley now?
So you have the one-offs. I don't want to generalize. So there are people that can afford really amazing quinceañeras, and those people will have 600 guests and have amazing centerpieces in every table, and just splurge because they can.
Interesting.
But that's not the norm. But in terms of amount of guests, quinceañeras tend to be larger than weddings. That's what I've seen, at least.
Right. Interesting. Very, very good. So here's another question for you, Lesley. So what makes you different? I know you guys have grown so fast, and there's probably a reason also why brides are picking you over your competition. But what makes you different from other professionals that offer the same type of services that you do? There's a lot of people that have linens, floral, they do the floral, all that good stuff. But can you describe just a little bit of what makes you different? Why are they looking your way these days? Why are you beating your competition?
Well, I don't want to say that I am because I don't have I don't have a way to prove that. But brides we're really connecting with brides right now because if you see, for instance, Ambiance's Instagram page, you see that everything is done with such attention to detail. Every flower, every charger plate, every spoon is just very cosmetic, and we do that very intentionally. And again, going back to the fact that brides are, this is the era of Instagram, they see something beautiful and they connect with our brand right away. And so that has been that has been key. You know, having quality items. We I mean, I keep coming back to this thing, and I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but when you have 24 chairs to choose from, and 14 tables to choose from, and 1,000 linens to choose from, and 50 charger plates, I haven't even counted them, but I mean, we have we just have a
Yeah.
huge variety of quality items. Uh, we make it very easy for the brides to say, I don't want to look, I don't want to keep looking. Everything's
Right.
here.
You have it all in house. All right.
Right. So we're different in the sense that you come here, you fall in love with our selection. We have certified event designers. So all of a sudden you show one picture, and our event designers all of a sudden start, giving you great ideas and great advice, and how to shape your event. And so it's convenience. It's convenience and having a great selection.
Very good.
That's what
Awesome.
it boils down with. And our pricing is very fair.
Right.
I have to say, some people come in and they're a little intimidated because they see very expensive chairs and very, a huge showroom, and they simply assume that we're going to be very expensive.
Right.
But I happen to think that we're right in line with the competition. In some items we are lower, and in some items, for instance, nobody in the valley has marble tables.
Right.
And those are expensive. So, there's some items that are definitely pricier, but because nobody has them and they're expensive. But again, we work with every budget.
Right. Very good, Lesley. Well, thank you. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of our questions. That's pretty much it. Lesley, I want to thank you for coming on to the show, The Best Advice Wedding Talk. Thank you for describing your business. Thank you for telling our brides a great advice also. And again, this was awesome. I think that our brides were able to pick up a lot from you. I'm glad that you can travel to San Antonio, Houston, all this area, because a lot of our brides that are watching right now are also from San Antonio. And as you know, San Antonio and the Valley they have a huge connection. I feel like, being in the wedding industry myself for 20 years, I did notice that there's a lot of brides that live in the Valley, move to San Antonio, and then guess what? They're having their wedding back in the Valley or in San Antonio. So one way or another, it's very connected, So again, I want to thank you for coming on to this show. And this is a Texas thing. It really is. I'm connecting with vendors from the Rio Grande Valley. I'm connecting with vendors from here, from San Antonio. We have some vendors coming on from Houston, all over the place. And the more the better. The more knowledge for our brides, the better. And so brides, if you're watching this and you're having a wedding in the Rio Grande Valley, make sure to come and visit Lesley from Ambiance, and visit also their showroom, Dream Weddings. You guys are not going to regret it. This is a beautiful place. As a matter of fact, I've been to the showroom myself a few times, and it's true. They have a huge selection. These people are big. And congratulations, Lesley. You've been coming on very, very strong. My hat's off to you. I know you put in a lot of work into this. And
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Go ahead.
Thank you to my amazing team. They are attentive and charismatic and knowledgeable, and they are the reason why we're here. So I don't want to take all the credit. They're amazing.
Wow, very good. Well, awesome. Well, there you go, guys. Lesley from Ambience and now Dream Weddings. Come check her out. Again, guys, this is The Best Advice. You can follow us here on Facebook. Make sure to also follow us on Instagram and also on YouTube. And check out Lesley's video. She put out some great advice today. So, again, thank you so much, Lesley, and thank you for all your help.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We'll see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.